Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by. Here's another great tutorial video. Hope you enjoy. Let's go. Hey everybody, this is a 2001 Jeep, the one I'm trying to sell. And quite honestly, if I don't sell it, I'm not going to cry. Alright, this is my radio, my dashboard. I have a couple of problems here. Number one, the cigarette lighter doesn't work. And number two, over here at nighttime, my dashboard light's not working. So we're going to work on both of these. So as far as the lighter goes, the first thing you're going to do is take your lighter out. Alright, do not stick your finger or any probe inside. The outside here is your negative. And on the side of your transfer case, where your gear is some screws that go in, and that's going to be your ground. Let's get a multimeter, set it onto, I put on 20K. It could be on really anything. You should have a 1 there. When you test it and you put your probes together, you should get zeros all the way across. I'm not sure that you can see that, but trust me, the zeros all the way across. When they're apart, it shows a 1. So what you want to do, and I don't know if I can actually keep this up anywhere where you can see it, but and I'm not going to be able to hold these, I don't think. Get around and put one, it doesn't matter which lead. I'm putting a lead right on the outside casing. That's your negative. I'm going to put another lead on the screw on the side, and we should get a 1. We should get continuity. I got continuity before, before I turned the camera on. So that might be where my issue is. I'm going to check continuity again. Got zeros between the leads. I got zeros here. The problem is the screws on the side here might not get good. You have to scrape the screws. So I have zeros all the way across. I have good continuity. All right. So that means my ground is get inside your glove compartment. That slides out on the side. Lift this guy out. This one it does lift out. Pull it down, lift it out, set it on the ground. Your fuse box is back in there. And there's a label here saying which one belongs to the airbags, and there's a cluster. Okay, that's the cluster of lights up there. All right, rear wiper, which I don't have. And we're looking for something that says cigarette lighter. It actually should be in here. Okay, cigar lighter is called auxiliary power. It's a 20 amp, and the 20 amps right there. You need a tool to pull this out. You can reach in there and pull with your fingers and pull it out, and there it is. I can actually look at this until it's not blown. But same respect, still on continuity. Put one on one side. You could touch that lead, but don't touch this one. Put it on the other side, and we have continuity across, and I just dropped it. So we know we have power here. So our issue now is, do we have power there? Now I had a CB, Citizen Band radio, and I hooked it up to power in here, and I see a fuse right here that might actually be it, and the fuse is gone. So I don't know if this is actually still tied in. I don't know. There's actually a wire broke here. That might have something to do with that, or the CB, or whatever I had power hooked up to that. I'm going to plug this guy back in. All right, cigarette light number 20. 20 does not have to be right up, face up. Pop it back in. I have not disconnected the car battery at all. This is perfectly safe to do. So now we know I have a good ground. We checked it on the outside of this. We know the fuse is good for the cigar lighter, all right, or cigarette lighter. We know that is good. We have a power loss someplace. We're going to take this whole dashboard apart, take it off in order to get back of that cigarette lighter. Same time, I'm going to take care of this guy here, find out where to buy it from. I'm going to leave this off though. I might have to get back in there again to get on this side. We'll see what happens there. Now to get into that center cluster, to work on the radio, change it out, or any of the lights, or the cigarette lighter, you're going to come over on the side, take a flathead screwdriver, stick it down inside on top here, and lift this up. You're going to pull it up all the way across, set that aside, grab it, and just pull it, work your way down, and pull it all the way up, and get it out of the way. At this time, you can get down there and get any dust, anything out of there. You do have a seal that goes around here. It's kind of a rubber seal, and make sure all your clamps are good. All right, and go ahead and set this someplace out of the way. All right, so now you have a couple of screws up there, right up here. They are Phillips head screws. or you can get a socket and then go around there. I have a small screwdriver. Take this off and it should come right out front. All right, 2 screws back here are out, and also it's hard to see because it's dark a little bit. All right, there's a screw in behind the ashtray. All right, so you got to take that screw out. All 3 screws you want to keep in a safe place. What I do, right inside the ashtray. You're not going to lose them if they're all the same size, so no mixing up. Grab the top here, pull it out, wiggle it a bit. And I might need 2 hands to do this. Don't grab in here because you don't want to break that. All right, wiggle this guy out and it should come out. Okay, if there's anything else, I will let you know, but there is nothing else holding this in. And I have pulled it out before. Okay, needed 2 hands to pull it off. It's going to take a good tug. You're not going to break anything to have these metal clips that hold it into place. Okay, so we have this off. This is the time to clean this guy up. Okay, front and back. If you need to get stickers off, you can do that. Get this guy really cleaned up and looking nice. Part of the detail on your car. All right, it is plastic. It's a heavy plastic with metal parts. Keep in mind these will rust, so don't get these all wet. All right, and you can straighten them up a little bit. Maybe that wasn't clipping on that side. It might have been folded in. So make sure they're all good. And now we can get to the CD player. 2 screws there. We can get to this console. 4 screws total. We can get down here and actually remove this guy to get in back of that cigarette lighter. So I need to get in back of this, get in back of this. All right, and start working on my console. It's an easy way to get the console cover. It's called a bezel. All right, over here in the manual, because I did the radio, okay, it calls it a bezel, B-E-Z-E-L. All right, so glad I took some notes there too. All right, for the cigarette lighter, 2 screws on each side, 2 here, 2 on the other side. Use a Phillips head or a ratchet that fits around those things, and you can get it out. A small one should fit. I like using the Phillips head screwdriver because I can go ahead and do that. May have to move your stick around, okay, your shifting stick, okay, to get to these. Now, when I got the panel off for the cigarette lighter, I went back here with my Phillips head screwdriver. In that little hole there, I pushed the tab down with my other hand, pulled out the connector. And you can just pull out the connector, and there it is. All right, so what we're going to do is check for voltage back here. Make sure that we have 12 volts going into the cigarette lighter. All right, I'm going to put the meter up here so you can see. I have power on. I have the fuse in. I have the keys in, turn back. You have to be really careful with this, all right? Now, the black wire goes down to the bottom pin. That is ground. The blue wire that goes in is your positive side. You want to put your red wire in there. You have your meter set on 20 volts DC. All right, you got to be really careful here. You're going to put this in on the power and hold it. You need to find a way to do that. I'm doing that with one hand. All right, and then I'm going to go down to one of those screws on the side. I should get, once this stays in there, I should get 12 volts DC. And my backlight was supposed to come on. Okay, 12 volts DC. And there you go. So I have 12, I'm moving this around too. I'm going to move back there. I'm moving all the way over there. And I'm going to check again. And I have 12 volts DC. So I have an issue right now. It's going to be hard to actually measure this while it's in there. I'm going to try that. Once I get untangled here, I wish I could hang this up here the right way so you can see it. All right. So we're going to go in both sides here. We should be able to do this. Okay, ground is there. Do not touch these leads. When power is on, you'll get one heck of a little zap. All right, and I have 12 volts. If you can't see it, trust me, it says 12 volts. So I have good 12 volts DC getting to this. So my issue might be the connections on this lighter, or specifically back inside on that lighter. So it might be easier just to replace the lighter, or you could try cleaning it up and finding out what's going on inside the lighter. We're going to check continuity on the unit itself, and then we're going to try it on our cigarette lighter. So on your 3 connectors here in the back, the one that's in the middle is your ground coming out of the vehicle, and you touch this to ground out here, and we should get continuity up on the meter, which is the same thing as if we're touching this. Touching either one of these, whatever the ground might be, or the power, should not have continuity. Alright, we should have continuity to the center one, all the way down there on one of these, as it sits right there. There we go. It's hard to actually hit, that's why we're not getting very good. Okay, so it's this one on this side. Okay, that's the ground, and it's the one on the right, that's the power. So now, as far as this unit going, the only thing we need to test here, it doesn't matter which lead goes on this, but that one all the way down inside, we're going to try getting our lead on, and then touch this guy right here, and make sure we have continuity, and look at the meter, we do. Alright, that's telling me that this guy is all good. Now, we're going to stick this guy in, and push him all the way down, like we're going to light him up. Alright, the coil inside this should be getting power right now. So we should have a reading from the power to the ground, and we have good continuity. Alright, when this guy's taken out, and we hit it, we should have no continuity, no shorts. So this guy itself, when we hit the outside here and the inside here, we have continuity. So that's the way, when it's pushed all the way in, we got to hold it in. This is kind of a trick, because we got to hold this all the way up while we're doing this. So we're going to hold the case and hit this little guy in the middle. And it's telling me this guy's good. Alright, the only thing that might not be good is this coil that's inside. The coil could be burned up. So if we hit the coil on one side and the coil on the other side, we should get continuity all the way through this. Some kind of continuity should be in here. And I'm thinking this guy is what's bad. The only way to find out is go get one, put it in there, find somebody with another 2001 Jeep, which I know a guy, put a cigarette lighter and see if it stays in. As far as power getting to this thing, we have power getting to this. My problem is when I hook up my cell phone or anything else, I don't get power too. So that's why I'm really wondering what the heck's going on here. But I'm going to put it back together and make sure that that this is going to work or not. Hey, if anything, we reseated the wires, and in aircraft, that's a big thing all the time. Unplug, reseat, bam, it works. Okay, hooked it back up. I already tested it and just don't understand. Okay, I want to push it all the way in. The key's on. That's the time up there. Don't know if you can see that. All right, we push it in. We should hear some creaking here pretty soon, and I do. Hear that little clicking there? And it popped out. And there's the indication that it's working. My coil is good and all that. So, it didn't do that before. All right. So I don't know what the deal was. Anyway, we're going to put it back together. At least that part's done. All right. And if anything, it shows you how to gain access to it, how to disconnect it. Now, if you need to actually pull this guy out, there's little clips on the sides, and you could pull that thing out. Hey, get a brush, and before you close this up, go ahead and give it a good dusting down in there. Get inside here and get inside there and get this stuff out. All right, just do some cleaning up. You could take a damp towel, but if you use something wet, you want it to dry before you put everything back in. All right, so this is just a really coarse, small brush. All right, just clean it up, make it look really good. I just cleaned this up as best as I can. I'm going to put this back on. I want to show you something. See these little clamps here? You have one there, you have one inside there. Same thing on the other side. They're going in here. So you're going to put the bottom one in first. We're going to push on this next one, and then we're going to put the 2 screws back on up there. Got to make sure that everything is in there good. Check over your screws. All the screws that you've taken out while you're in here is all done up, nice and clean, dust free, and then go ahead and put it on. I'm not putting my camera on a tripod for this because it's just in reverse of what you did before. Get it over your gear shift and line it up on the bottom. And I think we could do this with one hand. get it over the top, line it on the bottom. All right, it's really dark in there to do this. All right, slide it on. Okay, we're going to give a pat, and pat, and pat, pat, pat. Okay, it's in there. Push it in. Before I tighten this down, I'm going to give my cigarette lighter, turn it on the vehicle, on accessory. All right, and I'm going to push this guy in, and I'm going to see if it pops back out. That was my main thing that I fixed on this. And give it a couple of seconds, and it should pop right back out. 3, 2, 1. On cue. Come on. Can't be on cue. I hear it. There it goes. Let's pop it out. And nice and red underneath. Beautiful. That's so all it did was take the clean and reseating, I guess, of the connector in the back. At no cost. But if you had to replace it, you know, you go to the junkyard, get a cigarette lighter or something like that. All right. So put the 2 screws back on. Put your glove box back together. All right, and you're in business. I don't think I need to show you about the 2 screws. Oh, we need to put that top part on. I'll bring you back for that. Just a reminder, don't forget the screw in back of the ashtray. This has a little V shape right there. You know, make sure that the V is in there. And this goes on the right way. Just set it down in there. There's this little clamp goes in that little hole right there. You have clamps all along here. Put it there, and what you're going to do is pound, 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 and that's it. And it's in. Nice and easy. Okay, subscribe. You'll see a lot more videos. All right, and Happy New Year. This is day after, let's see, 2nd day of the 2015. So if you're watching currently, Happy New Year. Bye.